guys, welcome back to the Time to Watch channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the Jaeger-LeCoultre, or in short JLC, Reverso Classic Large Duoface Small Seconds. That's a mouthful. So for this particular model, the reference number is Q3848422. So as we all know, the Reverso is one of the most iconic watches ever, so I feel that it would be good to start off this video with a little bit of history about this watch. So in 1930, a Swiss businessman by the name of César de Trey was visiting India, and while he was there, he watched a polo game and witnessed how one of the polo players actually damaged the crystal on his wristwatch while playing. So he returned home with a challenge that he was determined to overcome: to create a wristwatch where the crystal could be protected while playing polo or just sports in general. He approached his good friend Jaeger-LeCoultre with this idea in mind, and together they recruited a French designer by the name of René Alfred Chauveau, and the solution that he came up with was a watch that can be flipped around to hide the crystal from any potential impact. And as a result, the first Reverso was born and introduced to the world in 1931. So for this particular model reference, we're looking at a case made of stainless steel, and this is the Reverso Duoface. So later we'll be taking a look at the flip side of this case where it has another dial. And we'll talk about the case measurements now. This case measures 28.3 millimeters from left to right, not including the crown, and it has a lug-to-lug of 47 millimeters. So this actually wears quite large on my wrist. So I have a 6.75 inch wrist, which is about 17 centimeters. So later we'll take a look at how this watch actually wears on wrist. It has a case thickness of only 10.3 millimeters, which is very impressive. So it wears very slim, very comfortably on the wrist, and as you can see, the case back actually curves slightly towards the ends here, towards the left and the right side here, so it actually hugs around the wrist very nicely. It has a lug width of 20 millimeters, so finding third-party replacement straps will be very easy, and you can have a lot of fun changing up the look of the watch. However, the original strap does deserve a mention here. JLC has a long-standing partnership with the famous Argentinian polo boot maker Casa Faliano, and they designed these leather straps exclusively for the Reverso. So the material used is calf skin for both the top and the bottom sides of the strap. So this leather strap is very soft and supple. So I just got this watch yesterday, and even when it was brand new, just trying it on, I could already feel how soft the leather is, so it really wears very comfortably. So it features a JLC signed stainless steel buckle as well, as you can see here, which is also made of stainless steel. It is a double deployant buckle, which is very beautiful and very secure, as we will see later. Now, inside the case, we have an in-house caliber movement, a manual wind in-house caliber movement 854A/2, which beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and it has a 42-hour power reserve. So let's take a look at this side first. So this side features the silver white opaline dial, and it has a guilloche pattern in the middle of the dial here, as well as in the small seconds dial at the middle section here, as well as, if you can see, at the outer edge it is also having a guilloche pattern, so it looks very elegant. And where the Arabic numerals are, that side of the dial is actually having a silvery matte texture, and it all works very well together. And as we can see here, let me just put the camera into focus, the hands are actually thermally blued, so it contrasts very well with the white dial. So now let's take a look at the party trick of this watch. Let me flip the case over and show you guys how that is done. So you push the case towards the crown direction, and then you slide it out, you flip it over, coming back this side. So once this side is flush to the lugs, you can then slide it back in, and you can hear the click sound as it locks into place. That's very satisfying and very solid. So on this side, we can see the beautiful black dial, which is matte black in the middle center section here, the round section here, And for the rest of the dial, it has a very beautiful coup de Paris pattern. And at the bottom, you can see the 24-hour indicator, which is not just functional, it also adds to the overall aesthetic of this dial. This is the travel time side, as you can see at the bottom here. So for this, over the years, what they have done is actually added different functions to the watch. So the original Reverso, this side would be just plain steel, a steel side, so that this is the side that would be exposed whenever you flip the watch over to engage in any, physical activity or like sports. And that side would be steel, so that any physical impact would not damage the crystal on the underside. But now this has been adopted to have a second dial to tell a separate time zone, a second time zone, and later we'll take a look at how it actually works, because now you can see it is actually showing the same time on both sides. So this is at 12:10 p.m. and on the other side it is also 12:10. So how you would adjust this watch is to first set your home time. So this is actually showing my home time, so I'm in Singapore. So if I were to travel overseas, for example, if I were to travel to Australia where it is 2 or 3 hours ahead of Singapore time, what I would do is I would flip it over to the black side here, and then at the top you will see a pusher where you can pull it so that it advances the hour hand forwards 1 hour each time. So if I were to need to adjust it 2 hours to make it 2:10 p.m., what I would do is just pull it twice. So once, twice, and there we go. Now it is already at 2:10 while the home time still stays at 12:10. So that is actually how you operate this movement. Very simple, very brilliantly executed. Okay, and in terms of adjusting the time itself, let me just show you how that works. Okay, you just pull out the crown and see, as I adjust the time here, the minute hand here, and as I adjust it while the hour hand advances, it also changes the travel time as well. So if I were to move it this way, you'll see that the time also gets adjusted on this dial. So what you would do ideally is to adjust your home time. Okay, once that is, for example, if it is 5:15 here in my home time, I'll just push the crown back in, flip it over to this side. So let's say if I need the time to be at 9:15 here, I would just pull it 2 more times to advance the hour hand, and now it is 9:15 on this side. So very brilliant execution, absolutely loving this. And you can see on the back plate here, there's also this beautiful perlage finish, which just adds to the overall experience of using the watch whenever you flip the case over. Okay, so let me flip it over back to the white side and slide it back in. Okay, and like I mentioned just now, this is a manual wind movement. Now, at first I was a bit hesitant when I learned that it is a manual wind movement, whether or not to get the watch, because I prefer an automatic movement. I just think that it is more convenient. However, with the crown action being so smooth and so satisfying, I'm just going to put the watch up to the microphone now, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear the clicks as I wind the watch. Let me just do that now. So I hope you guys can hear that. It is extremely satisfying. So given that being a manual movement, a manual wind movement, I have absolutely no qualms over that now. I'm just loving interacting with this watch in every possible way. So I forgot to mention just now, on this side, the hour markers are actually lume. So later, let us take a look at how well the lume works as well. And before that, let me just throw it on the wrist to take a look at how it wears. Okay, so this is how it looks like on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, 17 centimeters. So you can see it sits very closely to the wrist. And this size, I don't know, I guess it's a personal preference, but I think this size is perfect for my wrist. So the lugs are actually extending out to almost the edge of the wrist, which is the way I like it. I don't think it is too big. It is very comfortable. It's a very light watch, and as you can see, no obvious gaps between the case back and my wrist, so it does wear very comfortably. The lugs actually angle down and transitions to the leather strap, which also is very comfortable, like I mentioned just now. So let us just have another look at how it wears on the white dial side. And now let me flip it over to the black side. So here it is on the black side. It really does give off a very different look. So I guess while you're attending different events, when you're dressed differently, you can just flip it around and have an entirely different watch. And I think both of them are beautiful in their own different way. And it's just great to essentially have like two watches in one. Okay, just another look at the black side. There we go, top-down view. Okay. Okay, so let's check out the lume on the watch now. Let me just make sure that my camera is in focus. I'll just charge up the lume with my flashlight. Just give it a few seconds and we'll take a look at how well the lume is on the Reverso. And there we go. Yep, I would say that it's decent enough. Quite beautiful even in the dark. Okay, my camera just adjusted there, but even so, I would say that the lume is pretty decent on this piece. Yep, so I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'm absolutely loving this watch now. Just can't wait to wear it out more often and truly experience this watch, have more wrist time, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe so that I can continue creating more videos when I get more watches in the future, hopefully soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.